Hey everybody, a little while ago I posted a video on how to repair airlines in case you pull away from that wagon without disconnecting all your plumbing, or if you hook up to a trailer and you find that your airlines are rubbing or whatever, rubbing against each other. Maybe they've got a flat spot, maybe you're showing cord in them. I showed how to protect that airline and replace it or repair it if needed. Well, tonight I just hooked up to a set of doubles, and sure enough, right on this dolly here, I see one of my airlines is resting against the dolly, resting right on top of it, and that's no good. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. In this air hose, and if this air hose wears to that point, it can blow you. When you're rolling down the road with the trailer on, you always have a lot of air pressure in this hose, in your red hose, okay, your red gladhand hose, your spring brakes. That air is the only thing allowing you to move with that trailer. So it's full of air when you're going down the road. If this sucker blows and you lock up those trailer tires, man, I'm telling you, that will not be the best day in your career. So this is what I'm talking about in that other video on how to not so much repair this hose, but I think it was at the end of that video where I showed how to protect it. So instead of being in my garage, here's a real life application on how to do this. So if I'd set my camera up right there. Sorry about the lighting. I don't know how well this video is going to come through. I'm out here at night. So what I've got is I have this piece of scrap, just trash brake line, just an air hose. It's 3/8 inch diameter inside. So the inside diameter is 3/8 round. Same thing as this here, as the hose that's on the trailer, or on the dolly in this case. So it's a little bit tougher to do this with such a small diameter hose. I'm using the same exact diameter hose to wrap my brake line. Okay, I want to protect this part of my spring brake line so that it doesn't wear a hole. This steel doesn't wear a hole out in this spring brake line, because if it does, man, that's going to be a rough shift for me. So what I've done is I've cut out a piece. This is probably 4.5, 5 inches long, and I've split it with my knife all the way down the middle, all the way down. I open that thing up like a hot dog bun. See, it's a little bit tough to spread that sucker out, especially in this, I'm using a headlamp here for lighting, but all I did was I split that open. Just cut your line, cut your hose right down the middle there from end to end, so you can open it up again like a hot dog bun. Okay, now kind of finagle it apart a little bit. If you have larger diameter hose, your scrap hose, this is just trash that I pulled out of the dumpster at my truck yard. Okay, I pulled it out of there for a reason, just for this purpose specifically, because I do a lot of drop and hook. So, but if you have a larger piece, maybe 3/4 inch inside diameter, it makes this job a lot easier, because I'm trying to wrap a 3/8 inside diameter hose, this one, with a hose that's the exact same size. So it's a little bit tough. You got to finagle it out of there a little bit, or finagle it open a little bit. But just open that sucker up where you cut it and wrap that hose where it's rubbing. Everywhere it's rubbing, all over your trailer. You've got a lot of air going through your trailer. And electrical cords the same way. Electric wires, they're the same way. Now I have kind of a convenient spot. I can mash that down into my little protective coating hose there, and get a good seat in there. Then I'm just going to take 2 or 3 on a hose this size, a little protective hose this size, probably 2 or 3 zip ties, and I'm just going to zip tie that punk right on there. Get her on there good and tight. I always use at least 3. I'll put one in the middle here. On a hose like this, it gets 3. It's kind of short, but you know, you just want to keep that protective layer around your actual brake line, because eventually that sucker is going to wear through. This steel is going to wear a weak spot in your line, and I'll tell you, your brake line that has the red gladhand on it, that's the one that you don't want to blow up on the road, because that sucker's going to go and your trailers are going to be fucking squirrely. Okay, now that's pretty much it. Zip tie that sucker on there, cut your tag ends off, make it nice and neat, and there you go, man. You're all set. Now let me show you another real life application of this. Let me get my light. Sorry for the video quality, man. Okay, I'm up underneath this dolly. Here's my air chamber, another air chamber, all bolted to the axle that runs wheel to wheel. Okay, got airlines right here. Now look here, I've already done my pre-trip on this equipment, but when I noticed this right here, I thought, man, those airlines might be rusting on that axle. So I got up on the other side of it, on the other side of the axle, and I confirmed that it's not. But if it was, I would be wrapping these 2 hoses right here. I would be wrapping those up. I don't want them to vibrate on that axle when I'm going down the road. I mean, we're running a lot of miles, so I want to protect those airlines. And here's another little tip for you. This is true even with a brand new truck, brand new trailers. You should be looking for this stuff on all of your equipment, no matter how new it is, no matter how old it is. I'm telling you, you can pick up a brand new truck straight from the showroom floor, drag that sucker, drive it to the scale house, have them inspect it to get your sticker, and those cops will find something wrong if they want to. Brand new truck, you may buy it and drive it 10 miles to the scale for inspection, and if they want to, they can find something wrong, because people are the ones running these electric lines and air hoses. People that build these trucks, and you know what, they might just plumb it or wire it in such a way that you've got airlines rubbing against each other, airlines laying across your axle, electric wires the same way. If they're rubbing, no good, man. You short it out, whatever. Cops see that, they don't like it. And it doesn't have to be a super big deal, especially on a brand new truck that you drive 10 miles to the scale for your very first inspection. It's kind of an absurd example, but it's the truth. You can look. I can go to a Peterbilt dealership right now, or any. I'm not picking on Pete, but any dealership right now, and climb up underneath their truck. Any freaking trailer manufacturer right now, climb up underneath their truck, and I guarantee I'm going to find something that I could write a ticket on if I was a cop, right? Brand spanking new equipment. It's important. Check your stuff out. Don't assume that just because your company has lots of good freaking mechanics and they check out your equipment and all that other stuff, they're doing 90-day inspections. Don't assume that that stuff is right. So yeah, even on brand new equipment, you can find an airline that might be rubbing against an axle or rubbing against another airline. They typically like to put these little plastic ring separators between airlines. That's to keep them from rubbing against each other. So just be mindful of that. I've already checked this whole trailer out. I got to put this pedal brake line back on, and then I'm rolling. So just thought I would show you guys that and give you guys a real life application, a real life view of what that looks like when you might need to protect an air hose, especially those airlines that have the red glad hands on them. Man, if those things blow and you're at road speed, it's going to be a mess, man. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't know how you found my channel because it's super small and I don't have a lot of time to post videos, but you know, I do what I can when I can. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.